All right, good afternoon or good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we'll be going through live order flow analysis. And the reason being, or why we're going through the forward-looking analysis here is because with order flow you can do that. Understanding the participants in the auction process gives you that insight. That is very difficult to find from candlestick charts. So we'll go through this understanding where the volume is transacting and where are they bidding and offering in the auction process. All right, so just a couple of other things. We have our onboarding webinar tomorrow. It's every Tuesday at 1 p.m. East Coast time. We'll go for about a half an hour. And what we're going to do is simply get you up and running with Bookmap. We'll log into bookmap.com, show you where to download and install the platform, also how to subscribe to data. Then we'll run Bookmap. Then we're going to connect it to the data. And then we're going to add in the different instruments and take a look at the market and answer your questions. So it's just about getting you up and running with Bookmap. Also, continue to go through our new supply and demand course, our setups. This new course is exclusively on the Bookmap Learning Center. So if you're interested in that course, let me show you where you can go. It's free and open to all. I would highly recommend it. There's some great stuff in there. So just go to bookmap.com, click on education here, and then you're right in the area here. Okay, so you can, if you're new to Bookmap, maybe you want to go through the getting started or the market mechanics, but this is the new course here. Okay, so click on that, and then you'll see we have like 10 different setups in here to go through. Absorption, exhaustion, depending on what kind of trader you are, VWAP, profile trader, indicators, trend lines, etc. Low volume pullback, we've been going over this one quite a bit. The wedge pattern, we haven't seen a good example quite yet, but we may today. We'll take a look. We'll go through all of these during our session today. As many as we can find that offer an edge. That's what we're looking for. You can see the gap, the opening range breakout trade, failed mid-morning reversal, trend line break and accumulation. We've gone over this one quite a bit. All right, so anyway, that's the supply and demand course, and like I said, it's only on the Learning Center, so you'll have to go to bookmap.com and then click on that education. And then let's go through the disclosures and then jump in. General disclosure, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, that's that. And let's jump in and take a look here. All right, well, this is a candlestick chart right off the bat, and actually I wasn't going to start with this, but look at this. Pretty amazing stuff. Everything is different now, technically. Okay, well, a little it is different because of the news. This is what happens when fundamentals come into play, right? All the time. Everything is disruptive, and you know, the technicals now are off of well, still higher time frame levels, like on the daily chart right here. You can see the reaction up here, like we went above it and we sold back down below. Okay, so we're at this level right now, around this 58.30 level in the S&P, the ES here. Anyway, you know, some of these levels. What my main point is, some of these levels still matter in here because there's traders still reacting at these higher time frames, but this here has blown away everything else previously due to the news and the tariffs and the good news with China, and that is still a developing thing. But look at the huge gap here. All right, just a beautiful gap. We opened up here on the hourly or the 15-minute here on the right-hand side, and we sold off. Okay, so everyone either taking some profit and we'll see what happens here on the 15-minute chart. I've got a VWAP in here. We are just touching it, and you can see there's traders reacting off of that. This is when we want to jump into Bookmap. Okay, so explanation of the low volume pullback has. This is really heartwarming to hear, Laura. This is what I was hoping. I was praying for. I got to read it out, just like you wrote here. It says, hey, Bruce, your explanation of the low volume pullback, absorption, and exhaustion has greatly improved my ability to read the order flow. It has significantly improved my trading because I can more clearly see which trades I should take. Thanks so much. Wow. Thank you, Laura. Really, it's so heartwarming to hear that it helps. And I really, really deeply appreciate that. That was the intent. I keep pushing people here because some of these setups in here are timeless. They will always kind of work. It's supply and demand. That's why. This low volume pullback in here, there are some specific things we need to look for. But it works again and again and again. And some of these other ones in here, absorption and exhaustion, we'll jump in and we'll take a look here. Yes, it's really great to hear. Let's take a look at what's happening in Bookmap right now. Here I'm going to look at first this version of Bookmap. Is the ES, is not filtered, which is actually pretty interesting here. We may even be able to go with this chart. You can see the bot activity in here from 8 o'clock. That bot has stopped. You can see where it stopped. You can see the on the offer up here, high liquidity. On the bid down here, high liquidity. That has kind of skewed our heat map quite a bit. Right now, I don't see that kind of activity in here. So we can even go with this chart here. This offers a more zoomed out version of Bookmap. Okay, so anyway, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm caught up with everything. Wife of the wolf. Oh, thank you. The videos are wow. It's really heartwarming to hear. Thank you that you find them really helpful. Over on YouTube there. That's great. I mean, we'll continue to add more. Please just give me your feedback. What else are you looking for? Let me tell you something. What we plan to do in here, in this section in here with this new course, is adding quite a bit more to help you guys. So give me your feedback. But right now you can see this section in here, the supply and demand setups. These are videos. We're going to add another section underneath, and I was hoping to get to it end of the week. Last week, I have something else I need to finish up, so it might be another week before I can add these in here. But Dan and I are going to be looking for some data, some setups for you guys, and we're going to put them in here. And we're going to add the feed files in here for you guys. I'm going to add the feed files from these exact setups in here as well, so you can run them in replay mode and look at them and then replay them again and then trade them again and again and again. I'm also going to put together a checklist setup so you guys can put this into your checklists as well, and then you can amend them. So for example, as soon as I came up with this video for this low volume, no, it was this one, the trend line break and accumulation, which I should probably rename it to passive and aggressive accumulation. Immediately, Vinny came up with another version of it, for his setup, which was fantastic. I mean, that's the way it goes, the way it should be. You guys will come up with your specific way of trading, but this will kind of offer a foundation for your own personal setups. Okay. All right, at least that's the hope and the goal here. Good morning, Trading is Life. All right, so yeah, sorry about Friday. I could not hold the webinar on Friday for you guys. But anyway, let's jump in. All right, so what are we seeing right now? Well, as we mentioned, you can see the sell-off here, and quite a bit of selling here right at the open. You know, people just taking their profits. And that's what it looks like to me, at least. Now we see the selling into high liquidity into these areas in here, and we're getting a bounce. Okay, now you can see the buying coming in right above here and above our VWAP for the session. This is for the regular trading hours, the VWAP here, the gray line. And you can see though it went up above it and then went right back down below it. Okay, and then it's chopped and hit above it. Or hit into it here, and now we're getting buyers back up above it. So this is getting interesting in here. I do not see a bunch of buyers yet. I see actually high liquidity that traded here, and then we did trade back down again into the bid, and there's high liquidity here. Okay, and it transacted. So this looks pretty good for buyers to hit back up to this 41 level. Right, so that's what our current outlook is at the moment. Now we don't really have the aggressive buyers coming in. We have some of them in here. You can see the volume bars and volume dots. Okay, so we don't see the aggressors quite coming in yet, the green dots here, and that's what we're looking for them to carry it up here. So you can see that we're looking for them to get involved. Once they get involved, then we're looking for the high liquidity up in these areas to transact. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more vertically here. So this area looks pretty good. 45, also the figure up here at 50. You can also see some high liquidity just down here at our VWAP around 30 and 25 at the moment. All right, so some back and forth here. And again, trying to read the passive absorption. Okay, the limit buys in here that transacted here, as you can see, and then these limit sells in here just transacted as well. So this is giving us a bit of insight here. Okay, so we can even look here. Well, I have it set up to trade here on this version. I'm going to stop on this version though. We're gonna jump over and we'll trade from this chart here. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're all set up. Okay. Now, just to let you guys know, for taking positions in here, this is in demo paper trading mode. You can see here, this is the target here is the ES M5 on my demo server for Bookmap. We offer this. So, you know, I'm using the Bookmap Global Plus version. The date, if you look in the lower right hand corner, the data is live and the trading says real here, which means usually you're routing your trades to your funded trading account. Now this looks like a little opportunity right there, but let's see here. Anyway, so we will take some positions in here, but it's not a trading room whatsoever. It's about understanding order flow and trade management around some of that order flow. All right, that's the goal in here. All right, so just hitting the VWAP down here and high liquidity at 58.30. And let's see how much more supply do they have. Okay, so we're seeing a bit of volatility in here at the moment. We have a pretty interesting week data-wise coming up as well. CPI tomorrow and PPI Thursday, retail sales, and a bunch of other things. Okay, but yeah, this is pretty typical. Beginning the first half of the month, there's quite a bit of economic data coming out. All right, well, we're going to look for these setups in here, and right now we don't really see much of anything, and without a setup, well, we don't really have an edge. So we're looking for let's see if we can get these buyers coming back up above here. Get a bit. This kind of looks like it a little bit here. You can even look at that trend line break accumulation. It's still holding here on that trend line, but it did break this one here. Okay, a minor trend line in here. Okay, so for this setup though, and this is the one we're talking about here. Let me show you. I mean this one here, the trend line break and accumulation, which I don't like that name. Anyway, what we're looking for in this setup here is, first off, a lot of passive buying filled on the bid. Okay, that's really important part of that. We're looking for a shift from that passive side to the aggressive side. And if we don't see that shift starting to happen, I mean, we see heavy selling in here, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of liquidity. There's some here, yeah, some here, and some here. Okay, so that's good. However, a lot of times for a better setup, we're looking for quite a bit more. We really want to see that passive buying in here, and then here we can see the transition in here, which it's not bad in this setup in here. Okay, so that transition of buyers starting to come in after the minor trend line was broken here. Okay, and then we already got the retest here back, and then we got more buyers coming back in. Right, so we do have them on the bid again, kind of chasing, following up here. Let me see if there's any questions so far. Huge options expiration Friday on the 16th. Okay, yep, thanks, John. Well, that's yeah, that's gonna make some volatile activity, that's for sure. Right, any other, the CD has a question over here. Any add-ons, indicators like EMAs? Yeah, we actually do have EMAs. We didn't write it. Let me show you how you can go and find it though. You can go to you can go in Bookmap, you can go to help here, and you can go to our I believe our marketplace, right? Is it in here? Yeah, right here, right? And that'll take you to our marketplace. You can also go you can go from bookmap.com. Let me just show you that on the more button here, and then you see the marketplace here. Okay, there's educational courses, there's MBO bundle, market data as well, and then add-ons. So you can just click on add-ons and that'll take you here as well. Okay, so different ways to get there. And then do a search in here for moving averages or EMA. Okay, and here you go. EMA zones, moving average package. So you'll see them in here. Okay, so and why we're offering this as add-ons, we open up Bookmap with our API to others so that they can create add-ons and put them into the marketplace here. Okay? So we're also a client in here in the marketplace, so we created some add-ons and put it into the marketplace. It's our API basically. If you want more information on that, I can also show you. Just go to bookmap.com, click on the more button, and then go to the knowledge base here. Okay, so this is where the marketplace all came from, was offering an API to everybody. Click on this one here. And if you're a coder or you want to talk to a coder to develop something personally for yourself, this is how you do it. Okay, so this is what to send your coder or programmer, and this will get them started. Okay. All right. Let's jump back in here and see what's happening here. Okay, so yeah, this was again, like you know, we're kind of looking at this in here, and we didn't really see what we wanted to see in terms of, now it's obviously hindsight now that this continued to trend down, right? But we saw something in here potentially for this move here to the upside, and that played out. But we didn't really have all that passive buying in here. Now it's looking a little bit better now, though. Passive buying, starting to come lower into these areas here. And there we go into 2019 and still selling off. Okay, very high liquidity there. It just transacted. All right, I want to jump back into, let's jump back to our candlestick chart. So we are below the VWAP now, okay, and we are at lows of the day now. Okay, so there's probably going to be a lot of people getting stopped out here. Okay, so we can look for maybe continuation and maybe some of that gap to fill. Now, let's jump back in here and look at a bigger picture approach first. Why are we looking for that? Well, look at just ATR in here. Look at some of these candles in here. I mean, these are some big candles on the daily chart, and this is well, this is not regular though. You can see before all of that news in here, these are kind of regular candles in here. So today was, you know, we're up 3% or so, right, in the S&P mini. And size of this candle here, how does it relate to others? So this is what we're kind of determining and looking for. Are we going to look for, like, you know, I don't think we're going to get a gap fill anytime soon. But you can see the move into that gap area right now and testing, probing. Are we going to find buyers, or are we? No one's going to touch it until it gets lower. Then we'll find buyers. Okay, so this has been a pretty nice move, and yeah, we might break the highs, but it's already moved quite a bit. Okay, we want to keep that. Just keep that in mind. It's just understanding the market movements and putting that into perspective here. All right. Wolf of Forex. Okay, so you found something in there in the CVD video. Okay, that was helpful. Yeah, that's a pretty old one, I think. Anyway, yeah, we have CVD up here right now, and I do not see any divergence whatsoever. So D, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, this was a low volume pullback in here. Well, actually, no, I'd take that away. It's not too clear right now. Yeah, I mean, this is not what we're looking for. Up to this point, maybe up to here, it's not even that great. Low volume pullback trade, or which offers that flexibility of adding into it. taking some profits, etc. But we're looking for either a break of structure or a trending environment. Okay, so here, for example, let's see if we can get that looks like low volume, right? Okay, so let's see if we can get, we're just kind of missing that. This was a little bit harder, the structure, because it went down below the structure here. Okay, and kind of went down and turned into kind of a head and shoulders pattern in here, first head and shoulders, which just means, like, we see the selling here, we see a cluster of buying, we see the selling again here to a lower low, and then here's where we get this kind of break right in here in this change. And then we got another retest back down here, but just not enough sellers to take it lower. Yeah, it's still just not seeing anything at the moment. Very thinly traded in here on that move down in this area here. As we broke from, you can see the profile up here. So here's our low volume node very clearly. In fact, we should probably mark that up. Okay. So around that 1920 level, that's where we really pierce through on some, which is very typical. You can see here, but typically it's high volume that moves through that area. High volume for a very, very short period though, right? So this is how you get those nodes. And I know you guys know all that. Okay, great. Okay, so I see that what you've got there set up on your CVD. Yep, excellent. For Forex, welcome too. New in here. Yeah, beautiful. I'm hoping that we get one of these. We haven't seen a good example of it yet from the course. Show you what I mean here. Okay, so from the supply and demand setups in here, this mid-morning failed mid-morning reversal, right? This is a really great pattern. We've seen this so many times in the past that I wanted to make a video on this. And what it is like, usually, like, we see this, here's your cash open and the move down, right? Big move down. And then during this webinar, usually around this time, somewhere between 10 and 11, you start to see this kind of break of structure, or it looks like a reversal, right? It looks like a head and shoulders here. and it's this double top pattern in here. We saw this years and years ago in crude. Crude oil would do such a good job with this pattern, and we'd see this move up, and then we'd see maybe some absorption. We'd see the next leg up, and it fails to continue to trend. It breaks. Okay, so that's where you get a double top, you get exhaustion, and then those sellers come in, and then we're looking for that trend, the bigger picture trend continuation to unfold. Okay, that's what we can look for, and you can get back in on a pullback or look for those sellers to come in again, etc. Anyway, we'll look for this one. I really like this pattern in here. There's another pattern in that I didn't put in the video. Well, there's two more videos I'd like to make for you guys and put in there. One is the 1, 2, 3 pattern, or yeah, it's kind of like a double top, or it could be head and shoulders, and reversal pattern. Then the failed breakout, and then a retest back up again. So let's see if this may turn into it. It's not a very good example, but see the buying in here, and then we're looking for a price to come back up and break out again, right? So we see a little bit of buying in here, not a whole lot, and we sell off though. It looks like buyers are starting to accumulate up here. And then we want to see buying up here, and then we want to see it break out, but it fails, comes back down, hits high liquidity, usually at the bottom of a range in here, stops everybody out, and then it does like a V bottom basically. You get this move down, this move right back up, and then you get our buyers, and then they trade. Okay, so in fact, let's just go for it here. Let's see if it happens here, right? We're looking for them to come back up to here and then break out. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Okay, so far so good. Now this would be a great place to hit a single and take some profit, right? Very simply, we're back up to this area in here. Right, so now if you have multiple lots on, or minis or micros or whatever it is that you're trading, take some off, and look for the this might turn into kind of a nice mean reversion type of trade back up into this area here. Now we're right into our zone in here. Okay, I think that's a pretty good area to take some profit, this low volume node here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and we're done. Okay, that's it. That's the trade, right? This is not a great example of what I'm trying to articulate here or cover, but it's that failed breakout. Then everything looks great. It looks like it's going to break out. Okay, the clusters, the volume, everything looks good in here. This is just not a good example. Anyway. And then it fails. Like you're looking for this to squeeze higher right in here, and then we get this move down, typically to a swing, stops everybody out, and then V bottoms, comes right back up. So it kind of did that in here, and then it failed again in here, right? So it kind of did like a double bottom in here. Then we saw the buying coming in, and that's when we're looking for that move higher. Okay, so and yeah, now we get a continuation pattern out of that, and looks pretty good here. So you can see the high liquidity on the bid here, and then aggressive buyers coming in. So you can see how this is interesting dynamic to see in the order flow. Okay, very high liquidity on the bid here to act as supply, or I'm sorry, demand and support here. And to anyone down below this low volume node in here, well, they're trapped now. Okay, we can get a really nice squeeze to the upside here after this sell-off, okay, which was pretty steep. That was a pretty steep sell-off. Trading is life, as you're looking for your move right back to your VWAP there. Okay, it also happens to be a high volume, or probably your POC as well, right? Hopefully it makes it. Trading is life. This is something like I hate to hear hopefully it makes it. I know what you mean, but we never know. And what we do know though is if we have an edge or not. We build that out. And it's not always going to work. It's always rolling the dice. It's just knowing the dice really well. It's when you like playing poker or blackjack. You have the card count. You're playing basic strategy and you know the card count. You have an edge. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, and then we just take it again and again and again. Okay, now that's a simplified version of it. It's not as easy as that. Well, it can be as easy as that, but basically, you got to know your environment as well. The bigger trend, the fundamentals. What's the kind of sentiment in the marketplace? Yeah, Wolf of Forex. You can share your charts in here. No problem. It's probably just gonna be more helpful if you can share order flow charts. From Bookmap. Right, that's what we're here for. We're here for understanding the order flow and how to use Bookmap to give you that insight and clarity. So there you go. Trading is life. Nice trade. Beauty. So I got out here. Now I have my reasons, right? Hit a single, look for the next one. Okay, trading is life. You're looking for you're a VWAP trader, so makes sense. You hold on to this and look for your VWAP to hit. Okay, and a beauty here. It also makes really good sense in here. That look, the big trend is up. Okay, so that steep sell-off here, but you're going with the trend here. Okay, now this is where it gets kind of funny in here. How do you, if you have data and your setup is like, okay, I'm going to trade it up to that low volume node and I'm going to get out, hit that single. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great. You made a great trade. You're done. Look for the next setup. Okay, but you can also take a look at it another way of like, okay, now this is where trading can get really tricky. I feel. Do you want to like hold, or do you want to take some off here and then hold for the bigger trend move to the upside? Okay, so there's a lot of questions there, and that's about the trade management. That's exactly what, and this is why I brought up this trade here. Sorry to bring this course back up again. However, this failed mid-morning reversal pattern in here. Why I wanted to cover it, or we covered it in here, is because it's a very, very powerful move and setup because you're going with the trend. Okay, so and this is a downtrend here, and then it turns into kind of a big flag pattern in essence. But this one is the opposite here. Okay, we gapped up, right, and huge gap up. Well, I should take this back. On the higher time frame, we gapped up, no question about it. And you're going with the bigger trend here. Yeah, I have to retract it because like it's not really setting up here. It's actually, here's your failed breakout, mid-morning breakout. It's just it happened at 10:15 here instead of usually like 10:30 or 11. Usually we see it around 11, even 11:30, and then we get that continuation. So this is kind of it here. Here's your big trend to the downside. Here's leg one, and it tried again here, and it couldn't go further. It hits that high liquidity, and then you can look for maybe your low volume pullback in here. And now I missed it. I didn't see it, and then we get that really nice continuation here to the downside. Okay. I rarely see this this early. I wasn't looking for it early, to be honest. So market timing is a part of it as well. Okay, we put that in our checklist for the Bookmap Academy. Market timing is a big one, or time of day, I should say. Okay. Okay. Well, wow, a lot of energy in here, Wolf of Forex. Good to hear. So looking at your higher time frames, weekly sell-off patterns, etc. Okay. Oh, good stuff. And now we're back up above at least the VWAP here for Bookmap, based off of the regular trading hours. Okay, off of the one I have on my Rhythmic RTrader Pro, we're also above VWAP. Okay, so yeah, on the 15-minute chart, it looks like we'll see. It looks like next stop would be up in here around this 3940 area here in the S&P. That is up here in Bookmap. So we can look for again that maybe that breakout trade. Now this setup in here, I don't see it. It may do it, but I just don't see it right now. I see a lot of selling in here. Bring up the pen tool. All right, here's what I mean to say. I see a lot of selling in here, and I don't see a lot of buying up here. Okay, so I'm not looking for this right now. May do it, but this is not the setup. Okay, this is very different than what we were looking at before. So we're just gonna let this play. In fact, we might even see like a break here and then retest back down. Okay, here's our exhaustion, some exhaustion. But I don't see a setup here yet for anything. Okay. Okay, even our low volume pullback, you're kind of squinting at it, thinking, I know Laura's probably squinting at it, looking at it, going, yeah, there's the sell-off, there's the low volume, looking for the continuation to the downside now. But it hasn't broken yet. It has not broken the structure yet. Okay. So just best to save our bullets here. Thank you, Alois. Yep, yep. Wolf of Forex, posting your trades. You might want to go to that Bookmap Academy. And way to go, Alois. I sent you right to the Academy page here. Yeah, you might want to check this out. So the way you can get there from bookmap.com is click on the More button, and then you'll see Bookmap Academy listed here under Community. Okay, you can go there, and you can read through this. And what the Bookmap Academy is about. It's a coaching and mentoring program that we have. It's free. It's open to all. You can sign up right here. Okay, just the form is right here, and you can get up and running. Okay. So you can get a spreadsheet. You add your documented or you document your trades, and then we cover them on Thursday at market close. Okay, this looks like it wants to break out again, but look at this in here. I just don't think it's worthy of risk whatsoever. I just don't see any buying in here to push this higher. Okay, look at our profile in here too. It looks like it would probably come back down to here, 25 or so. But you know, I mean, we're bullish here. We're likely going to get the breakout here, but I am staying away from it. Yeah, quite a bit of selling in here. It's kind of interesting to see. Okay, there's some buyers into high liquidity there, and still finding buyers. Still finding buyers. Boy, this is going to be a nice stop run. So let's actually add in our stops and icebergs on chart and sub chart. Oh yeah, I got it on there. Just need to show it. Okay. Take CVD off. Boy, everything looks really good in this. How like this the structure in here is kind of making equal highs, but like higher lows in here. Everything looks really great for this breakout. I just do not see any buy volume behind it to push for that breakout. Except for potentially stops, and I don't even see a great stop run yet. Okay, so I don't see buyers up in here yet. It broke. It broke out. Okay, the structure looks great. Like I mentioned, you know, you have a nice little triangle here. And we have high liquidity on the bid in here. Sellers, although there's more selling in here, they fail to hit this high liquidity on the bid. Okay, so just kind of reiterating why we passed on it here, because we're looking for, again, that accumulation passively and aggressively. Okay, passively with the liquidity. All right, let's zoom out a little bit here and what's going on. Boy, that was a pretty steep sell-off, but right back up. Well, at least for the price action for today. I mean, 35 points or 25 points is not a whole lot uh, relative to the volatility we've been seeing. Oh, okay, so you did register Wolf of Forex, okay, but we're on another level. No, we're not. It's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. Really, it is. We've got some amazing traders, that's for sure, and they're doing amazing work. Really, it's really great, but it's pretty. I don't know. I find it pretty digestible. I don't know if you guys think it's too much, too advanced. But it's really, we're trying to make it really simple. That's exactly what this whole course is all about in here, is trying to simple supply and demand setups in here, and then how to take advantage of it, right? And Bookmap is just so good at showing this. So that's why trying to keep it simple in here. Right, the simpler it is, the more we know what we're doing. I mean, this is really kind of all over the place in here. I mean, like now we just traded back down into this high liquidity in here, down to VWAP in here. Look at the on the offer here. Look at all of this supply following it down. Our large lot tracker also. So someone's trying to press price lower in here. Okay, below VWAP. You can even see this is kind of a flip of the order book here. This is where it might get a little advanced for some people, but it's pretty simple though. There's passive buyers here on the bid. Some of them transact in here. You can see the transactions into it. And then we see sellers trade through that area, but then they flip from the bid to the offer. Okay, so that now we don't know if this is a spoof or not, meaning that do these traders really want to trade all this passive liquidity here, all of this supply in here? Do they really want to trade? Okay, some of them just traded here, just some. Okay, these guys already pulled some of that liquidity though. Right. So anyway, we know there's supply here. Now we want to understand the aggressors in here, how they react to that supply and that demand. Okay, now we're finding the buyers take them on. This cluster in here, they pulled a lot of that liquidity in here. So now there's a lot less in here. Oh, no worries. That's Wolf of Forex. Just jump in and come on over. And that's what the Bookmap Academy is all about. Like, to make, as a community, make better traders. But you're going to do it through, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to journal your trades, and you should be journaling your trades already. Okay. Coming up with, well, I can show you the trading journal also in Bookmap, but I mean like marking up your charts. Like this looks like our breakout right here, right? Now let's see. Let's just take a shot at it here, right? Just for kicks, right? This is not a trade setup because I don't really like the setup in here yet. I like this is what I do like though. I like this buying in here. I'd like to see more over here, and then it looks pretty good. Now, what we also have going for us is we're kind of bouncing off of VWAP in here, but the under over in here. See how this line in here, which is the VWAP, it doesn't have to be, right? It doesn't have to be at all. We're below it, we're back up above it. This little structural area in here is kind of at least price action wise offering support. Okay, but now we want to look for supply or demand wise. Is there real demand underneath it here? And there's some, but they're down here at 25. Okay. Pretty odd action in here. This looks like good for a breakout. It retested and then it did break out, and then some heavy selling all of a sudden out of the blue, right back down here, and then we're right back up again. Okay, so now I'm looking for the buyers to take this higher now, above these guys where these guys sold off here. So here we go, and let's see now if we can get up. Maybe oh heck, I don't know. I mean, this would be hitting the single would be up here about 33, okay, or maybe here around 35. Okay, but hitting a nicer one would be up here around 37 or so. So let's actually put our take profit up there, and we'll move our stop down too, or stop up, I'm sorry. Okay, just below the swing here, which isn't, not too happy about that. But yeah, okay, we should, we're seeing a little bit more buying up here, so I'm looking for the buyers to take it here. Take it higher up into 33. And not getting them. They come again. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the overall bigger picture here. We might get those buyers in here, but we're just looking at this kind of simple breakout, and hitting our single is about 33. Right up here. That's it. So let's just hit a single. Okay, we're out. That's it. Okay. Now, bigger picture, yeah, we'd like to see it come up here, but let's take a look at this in here. Why? And this is exactly why we show trade management. Is I don't really see anything in here to justify the setup for this bigger move to the upside. Actually, I'm kind of looking for it to work, for it to hit back up to this swing and this liquidity up here. I am. However, I'm not seeing it in here in the order flow. Not yet. Now that might change right here. We might see a lot of aggressive buyers come in. We might see these guys pull, these guys add on the bid, push that price up into our 37, 40, or even 50 area. Right? We don't know, but I'm just not seeing that kind of appetite in here right now. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the risk. I'm going to hit the single, and I'm going to look for the next trade. Okay, so got the lion of Forex too, wolf and the lion. All right. Hello from South Africa, you guys. Okay. Well, welcome. Great to have you. All right, well, some selling just, all of a sudden out of the blue comes right back down to, below VWAP into the liquidity here at 25. In terms of journals, let me show you something, what we do have for a journal. And this is different than what I mean with the Bookmap Academy. Let me show you the Bookmap Academy over on our Discord channel. Okay, so we go here and scroll up to the very, very top of our Discord channel. And if you're new in here, you're going to have to verify your email that is registered with bookmap.com. It's all free. You don't have to have the product. You don't have to be a subscriber. It's all free. You can have the free version as well if you want of Bookmap, the demo free version. But anyway, you will need to have that email registered at bookmap.com. Okay, so just go through the process. It's pretty straightforward. Anyway, we scroll down a little bit here under Bookmap Academy, this section here. Okay, and then Bookmap Academy, this is it. Okay, click on that, and then you'll see everyone's setups in here, and they're journaling, they're marking up their charts in here. Okay, here's one from DNT. Okay, Bookmap Academy member for a while now, long time. So you know, he's looking at very specific things. He's got a checklist in here. He's got absorption, sell sweep, exhaustion and lift, high iceberg activity in here. This justifies him taking his positions. Okay, so this is what we mean by, and here's his absorption zone checklist. Beautiful stuff, DNT. Love it. And you're looking for something very specific. He's got it marked up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And learning from each other, like how to mark up your charts like this, etc. It's that kind of activity that will build out your playbook and build out your edge. Okay, now you can also go here to the configure add-ons, and we have trading statistics here, and we have a web journal. Okay, right here. Okay, that's synchronized to your trading statistics add-on. So there's two different add-ons in here actually, and this is all, they're all free. It comes with Bookmap. Okay, so click on open your stat window here. These are the trades that we took today. Okay, so we have two, right? And as all the statistics in here that you can see, including maximum averse excursions, both post and pre, or right when you took the trade, and also for the maximum favorable. Okay, so you've got all this kind of data here, but we also have a web journal here. We can click on this, open it up, and then you can, let me log into it. Okay, and this is on the web. Okay, and here we've got our web journal, and you can put in your dates, your time. You can look at your trade history in here, each trade that you took. You can add notes to your trades. You can even add images to your trades in here. Okay, so really great stuff. And then you've got your dashboard, which has all these trading statistics in here: win-loss ratio, and profit, total profit, days per week. Which days are you better than others? Instruments as well. You can filter all of this data in here. Okay, here you can select instruments. Maybe you want to look at just the ES, or you want to look at the NQ or stocks, Bitcoin. It's all in here, and this is all free. You don't have to subscribe to another service to have a trading journal. All right, so just to let you know about what we mean by trading journals in here. Okay. And Bookmap Academy and trading journals. Yeah, we don't have Forex in Bookmap, a Lion of Forex and Wolf of Forex. Forex just doesn't have a centralized order book. It doesn't have like a depth of market like the CME or stocks or crypto. Okay, so being able to show volume even in Forex is, of course you can do it, but it's like what volume is that? What bank is it? It's all over the counter. It's not centralized. That's the difference. I just want to go over that. So, but what you can do in Bookmap here is we can add another symbol for futures, CME, and then we're going to put in the 6E here. Okay, and the M contract. So there it is, right there, and click subscribe. Okay, so we can look at currency futures. Okay, now this is centralized. It's with the CME, which is, I think, the most transparent out there. And you can see the liquidity now. Now this is where it gets really fascinating, I feel, is looking at the data here in the currencies with the euro dollar here. This is the euro dollar. Okay, look at the liquidity in here, and very high liquidity, very short period, and then it's pulled. Okay, and why is it like this? And you can see every 4 ticks or so, which means every pip, basically. So, and why is it like this in here is because this is how this instrument is used. It's heavily hedged and arbitraged in here, and this trades very differently than the ES. Okay, so just want to for those that are Forex traders. Now, we've got a lot of Forex traders that they'll look at Bookmap in here for the futures, future currencies, and then they'll trade spot, okay, by understanding the liquidity, etc. Right, so for example here, look at this, is just beautiful. You stock traders or you options guys are going to see this in the Qs and in SPY. Because they're also heavily hedged, and you see similar activity like this. However, look at these areas in here, a very high liquidity. Okay, so now this one transacts and it goes through it. Okay, but the next area of high liquidity is really down here. Okay, it transacted, but we got a bounce out of that one. Okay, so understanding this context in here may be hard and when you're zoomed in like this, but zoom out a little bit and you'll see it. Okay, now I bring up the Qs and SPY. It's kind of similar in that sense. Okay, look at those areas of high liquidity. Those are the ones that matter. Okay, and obviously this is at the figure here of 111. Okay, so that's why we're getting the high liquidity down there is a larger player at 111. All right. All right, any questions? See if hello, how can you trade with me? Well, through the academy. That's the way to go. Marvin, where can I learn Bookmap effectively? Here is a good starting point. Okay, let me take you through the process. I would recommend that you you may want to go to the onboarding webinar that we have tomorrow at 1 p.m. East Coast time. This might be a good intro for you, but the other area is to go to the Learning Center. Okay, so go to bookmap.com and click on Education. That'll take you here to the Learning Center. Now, this Getting Started course in here is more about getting up and running and understanding all the different features in Bookmap and the different tools. Okay, so that's vitally important, and it's a course to answer all your questions about, or as many as we can, about like the columns, the heat map, the volume dots, etc. Now, the next step after that I would recommend is going to the market mechanics course. Okay, just watch part 1, this one here. Start with that. You might want to watch all of them, but start with part 1 because we'll go through in here details in really what's going on in the market mechanics, and this is really essential to understand when transactions take place. How do they unfold, or what's a spoof, or supply and demand imbalance. This is where you're going to understand it in these diagrams here, and you'll be able to directly apply that to Bookmap. Okay, so like this is demand down here in the bid. Okay, this is supply up here. Now we want to understand the context of it though. Okay, so what about the aggressors? These are limit sell orders. These are limit buy orders down here, and then these are the market buy orders, the green dots, and the market sell orders are the red dots. This is the aggressors, right? The market orders are what moves price. They take liquidity off of the best bidder offer and move price higher. Okay, so more buyers here than there was passive sellers, so they move price higher. It's really as simple as that. That's all it is. Anyway, start with that course and part 1 and the market mechanics course, and then I would recommend jumping into the supply and demand setups. Okay, and once you start to understand what you're looking at, join the Bookmap Academy. Ask questions, then come to these webinars, ask questions, and then start partaking in the academy. I think is that'll speed you up and get you going. No problem. Okay, so you'll see all the events underneath here for the calendar. So Tom B is up next. Okay, he's a volume profile trader. In about 10 minutes he'll start. Then after that we have Doug, options with Doug. Okay, he trades options using Bookmap. Here we have Frank with multiple markets. He looks at this is in Spanish. Okay, so we have multiple languages in here as well. Later today, this is going to be at 5 p.m. East Coast time. Is it 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.? I think it's 4 p.m. at market close, East Coast time. But we have Crypto Trader. We have Spencer. He's excellent. And then tomorrow you see other events in here. So tomorrow we have 4 events. Okay? And then you can see other events here on the 14th. We've got I don't know how many events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events on Wednesday. Okay, so we're very active. Okay, we have a very active community, great community. I really like our community. All right, guys, let's see here. Anything else happening in the order flow at the moment? Okay, we've really been just chopping around in here. This was not really a great trade in here. Now it worked out, but it wasn't really a great setup. We were kind of looking at this area in here. The setup was this, right? It was about the aggressors and building some consensus up in here after trading down, after seeing this flip of the book, and then seeing more buyers. And this is more like a spoof in here. So we're back up above. We see the buying cluster here. It immediately went against us, as you guys can see, and then it went for us, and then back up into hitting our single up here to this liquidity as a target. Okay, we wanted to hold for maybe a bigger move, but then thought, well, look, this just doesn't look that good in here, and let's just take what we can, and that was a good decision. Okay. Now, we don't know that. We don't know if all of a sudden buyers are going to come in here and move that higher. This is what we did know. Okay? And that was our trade management. And what do we see now? Not much. I don't see, this is starting to kind of be, it's a weird pattern in here, but this is kind of our wedge pattern in here, here's our breakdown right now. But we have selling, not a whole lot of selling at the lower low in here, but we're not making a higher high. Okay, we're making lower highs in here, and we're making kind of equal lows. So, you know, that's where we kind of look for this wedge pattern here to work out. Now, I don't. It's an odd one because we're coming from a move up, right? And then it has this wedge in here, and then it breaks down. We're going kind of counter trend trade, basically. So yeah, although the pattern looks good in here, once we zoom out a little bit more, I don't know about that. Okay, European close is coming up. And this is a nice break here from 25 on down to, well, now we're down below 20. So that's 5 points. Anyway, this wedge pattern in here, let me show you guys that wedge pattern. I just want to cover it in here because it's all here. It's here, and we've seen this a lot during this webinar. That's why I put it in here. Okay, you get your kind of lower highs in here. Now we're looking to come from a downtrend though, and we're looking for a continuation. Okay, and we're looking for high liquidity on the bid getting filled in here, and then some exhaustion, and that selling here and here in here, and then look at the you know, we have passive orders getting filled in here. Then we're looking for the exhaustion potentially. Didn't really quite get it here, but we see the sellers starting to come in and more selling coming in here. That's where we're looking for this to trade back down to the bottom of the range and break it. And we got a really nice push in this example with very, very high liquidity on the offer, right? So we look for the target of high liquidity on the bid down here, and then we're showing a measured move here as well, right? Measured moves I like quite a bit, as you guys can tell from the course, but there's reasons for it to work. Okay, it has to do with market breadth, also has to do with you know, stops, etc. Okay, so this here looks like it did a nice measured move as well. Okay, let's just measure it. Okay, almost. Okay, down to, and then we look for our high liquidity though as a target. Boy, in this case here, like I would go with half a measured move, to be honest, because the high liquidity is here. Otherwise, it would come down to 15 or so. That's the next level, and it's beyond the measured move. Okay. Would have been nice if this was a low volume pullback in here, but it's not. Okay, this is high volume here on the bid. Okay, this area here. Let me get rid of the lines here for a minute. Okay, so low volume pullback, what we'd be looking for is this to be high volume, okay, which it is, but we don't want to see this as being high volume. Okay, so we want to see this move down, and then we want to see the pullback, but on low volume. Okay, a lot lower than that. It should be a lot lower. And then we'd look for a lot of things up in here. First off, a structural area, which we kind of have, we have this little swing. Okay, we can look for low volume nodes as well. Okay, you can place your orders in that area. So anywhere in here, really. It's horrible. Okay, here. Okay, so you know, anywhere in that area, your low volume node. If you're a volume profile trader, you can look for the swings. You can look for structural areas, and then you're looking for your exhaustion, which we did get here, some exhaustion. Okay, and we got the sellers did come in. However, very short-lived, which makes sense. This is high volume here. Okay? So and we see high volume on the bid here, and it transacts, but we don't go through it. Anyway, I hope this is making sense. Just trying to understand buyers and sellers, and there's two different types here of buyers and sellers: passive and aggressive. So these on the bid here, passive buyers. These with the green dots are aggressive buyers. They market buy orders. Passive is limit buy orders. And then the opposite, which is limit sell orders on the offer here, and then market or aggressive sell orders with the red dots. I wouldn't be looking at this as a head and shoulders in here, but I think I don't see an inverse. 40, you're talking about 40. Oh, okay, like a bigger picture here. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Take if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, then keep an eye out. So what you're looking for, if this is going to be your inverse head and shoulders on your higher time frame, which might be a good call here, is look for a few different things in here. Okay, you got your trend line in here. Okay, I'd look at that. I'd also look at where it dropped from right here, which we just retested right here around 26, 27. Okay, and now we'd also be looking for on the bid that high liquidity getting filled. Okay, those passive orders, those passive buyers. Then we're looking for our aggressive buyers, and we're starting to see those guys now come in. Okay, now if that is the case, right, then find a way to weave into the trade here. Okay, so start to zoom in and look for maybe some exhaustion in here, and look for the aggressors to come in here and move price back up to top of the range and maybe on up further. Okay. Yep, and then you can start to target. You've got a pretty big move in here for the day if that works out. This would be it here, something like this. That would be your measured move. So I'd be looking for quite a bit more than 40. 40 is just getting started, right? You'd be looking at highs of the day here, back up to around 80 or so. Anyway, I don't see a whole lot of passive buyers in here getting filled. It looks pretty choppy to me. And this big volume profile in here, distribution. It's got to get away from that area. And that might be a pretty big ask right now. All right, let me see if there's any questions over on YouTube. Oh, you're welcome, Marvin. Okay. And DB, why don't I reduce my bubbles by increasing the threshold? Yeah, I kind of like, to be honest, like I like to see the follow through in the volume. Okay, so I could right click on the bubbles in here and then go to volume.settings and I've got it on clustering in here. I can also filter the minimum trade size in here. Okay, and look at it that way. So there's quite a bit less. But I don't really like it. It's not me. But I know a lot of traders that do this. Okay, so it's up to you, whatever settings that you like in here. I like to see this consistency in the follow through in the volume. That's what I'm trying to get across here. But like I said, I know a lot of very professional traders that just look for, they don't care, they just want to see the big volume. That's it. That's all. And they don't look for that, right? Okay, so here you go. Like, looks like this is going to do another leg higher. Looks like it. Exhaustion on this one, but now we're getting our buyers come in. But this is kind of the opposite here. We see exhaustion. Not really exhaustion. Some, yeah, it's not that good. But you see that more absorption actually at a lower level in here, which is kind of funny. You see that sometimes on that double top type of pattern. But we're above it already, and we're seeing buyers still. Let's see, is there any kind of trial period? Yeah, Pradeep, there's a free version of Bookmap Digital. That's with delayed data, except for one cryptocurrency, which is real time. Okay, and that data is free as well. Okay, if you want to look at Bookmap and give it a trial, subscribe for a month. Go with the, if it's futures you're looking at, you can get Bookmap data for futures, CME futures, for the first month it's $17. It's 34 every month after that, which is pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. And then Bookmap would cost you $49. All right, so then that reduces the cost quite a bit. And you can look at the CME data, for example, one exchange for well, $17 for the first month. See if you like it. This is all futures, Marvin. We're looking at the S&P E-mini stock index future. Okay. All right, I think I've answered your guys' questions. So let's wrap it up. Tom B is next, so you jump over if you want to continue on with your education. Like I said, it's all free. Yeah, jump on over to the next guy and follow up with Volume Profile Trader. All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. Please click subscribe to the channel or give us a thumbs up here. That's always really appreciated and gives us some insight how guys are accepting our education. And then just come over to our Discord channel. That's really the best way. You'll see the link on bookmap.com, under community, and go right to our Discord channel. All right. Okay. Yeah, Caveman. Good to hear from you. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. All right. Yep. Take care. Bye-bye.